Hi there, my name is Kronenberg and welcome to my channel. This is another film review, and this one is called The Open House. It's a horror thriller. Came out in 2018. It's rated 15. It's an hour and 34 minutes. It's actually on Netflix, not Amazon like my other ones. And it's on, the IMDb rating then is 3.3 because Netflix don't have ratings. I'm going to do the Netflix synopsis. Following a tragedy, a mother and her teen son move to a relative's vacant vacation home where eerie and unexplained forces conspire against them. So the director is Matt Angel, Angel, who directed The Wrath of Becky, and Suzanne Coote, Coote, who directed Hypnotic. Producers, well, there's 14 of them, but 4 that have the term producer on their title. We have Dan Angel, who produced Benchwarmers 2 Breaking Balls. Matt Angel again, who produced End of the Line, a short. Suzanne Coote, again, who did also End of the Line. And Julia Huffman, Huffman, who did Medicine of the Wolf. Music was by Joseph Shirley, who did the music for Creed 3. Now the cast, I've only picked the main 3. There's another couple on the main trailer, but I've only picked the main 3. We have Dylan Minnette, Minnette, who was Logan Wallace, who was in Let Me In. Piercy Dalton, Piercey, who was Naomi Wallace, and she was in Be Still. And Patricia Bethune, Bethune, who was Martha, and she was in the series True Blood. It was filmed in Big Bear Lake in California, and it's only known as Open House. So it starts off literally with the title of the film, and our main actor belting down a road for a trial. So he's doing some sort of running for a trial to get some times. And it's not very much into the film, but you actually find out how his dad died. It's like, my God, really? It's pretty not a good way to go. But it's a lovely place where they go to. You can see on the trailer where they're going kind of, if you've got vertigo, then, don't bother watching that bit. But it's very nice where the mountains are and stuff. So that's obviously Big Bear Lakes. That's quite nice. So we met the neighbour, who's Martha, in a shop. Nowhere near the house at all. It's literally, I mean, they're there in the daylight and they arrive at the house at night time, so it's nowhere near. But they meet her and they know she knows who exactly they are, but they don't know who she is. But then they turn up to the house and it's this lovely wooden house. I mean, it's like, why can't somebody suggest to me to go and live there rent free? I'll happily move to these houses. The inside was fantastic as well. I mean, obviously it's make believe, but I mean, come on, somebody offers you a house like this, don't say no. And again, the kitchen's a little bit small. It's about the size of my entire base of the house, my floor of the ground floor of the house. I mean, I don't know if this is what it's like in all American houses. Obviously not. But I don't know. Every film I tend to see has a big swooping house. So maybe they are. They're not like little pokey huts like we have. So he's woken up, right, by this sort of banging on a door. That's our main actor, Dylan. And so there's a car horn. So he goes outside, and there's no one there. The car's gone. There's no one there, and there's just this deer standing there. So it's like, well, was there a car if the deer's standing there? Then he turns around and Martha's there yelling at him in her dressing gown. Who are you? Who are you? And he's like, what the hell? I was thinking, what the hell's just gone on here? He has a query about Open House. It actually states it on IMDb, so I'm gonna quote it because it comes down here. It's under the quotes, and it says, Logan's talking, and he says, have you ever thought about how like weird open houses are? Because obviously they've moved to an open house where they're allowed to stay in it, but when it's an open house they have to sort of vacate because they're not living there, if you know what I mean. They're not owners, the owners are trying to sell it. Anyway, so he says, have you ever thought about how like weird open houses are? And she says, what? I mean, you give your key to someone you hardly know, they stand in one room and welcome in a bunch of complete strangers, and those people just roam around the house. And the realtor doesn't check the house when it's done right, they just turn the lights off and go. So it's complete. I agree, because it's complete difference than estate agent or whatever you have, where they have one view in one person or a family or whatever, and they sort of show everybody the rooms of the house, and then they say, well, if you want to go and have a look around, you can, and then they leave with them people. I don't think we have open houses in the UK. Well, not for the little pokey houses. They probably do for the mansions, but you know, that's the rich end. Music so far is good. I mean, it works so well with each scene. You know, different bits, but the music works with each thing. It's different music parts. The scare tactics are working just as they should be doing, which I thought was enjoyable. There was an album I was listening to called Dreams in the Rat House, which was the music by Rip Van Winkle that he was blaring out. It was quite enjoyable listening to that music. I wonder if that CD even exists, but if not, it doesn't matter. I liked the music. And so there's not much really to say, because obviously it's all centered around a house, but Logan's off out for a run, right, the wee hours of the morning like you do. And out pops Martha. He's basically bent over double because he's just throwing off, because he's not used to mountain air. And then Martha just appears from nowhere. It's like, what the hell? Is she just waiting? Teenagers, eh? Kicking off at the parents. Hate them. Wish you were the one that were dead. La la la. Pretty sure no other adults have ever acted like that then when they were teenagers. So, I was enjoying all the film, right? I was actually going to give it a 6. It got a rating of what? 3.3? Did I say? Let's scroll up. Yeah, 3.3. I was going to give it a 6 because I enjoyed that whole film. You know, I enjoyed the like I said, the scare tactics. The ooh, I wonder what's going to happen here. This looks interesting. I can't see much here. Oh, yeah. Music, yeah. The whole thing, brilliant. And the last 15 minutes completely threw me. I had no idea what the hell the ending was. No idea. It didn't make any sense. I was just like, what the hell is going on here? I read a few reviews on IMDb, and I agree. They were completely confused. It was just like, I mean, a lot of them say that the whole film is crap, which I don't believe it is. I think the film was good. I just didn't like the ending. The ending was just like, it's kind of like the director sort of just gave up and said, right, you over there, what are you, a sound person? You end the film. Oh, okay, well, I'll do it this way. Brilliant, great, that's the end of the film. It was just like that. It was like the directors were doing really, really well, and then they just went like an air balloon, just. I was like, what the hell? I'm not going to tell you because it's depressing, but it's just doesn't make any sense. Well, I know why. I can tell why when I read this. I had to read Wikipedia to find out what the ending was, but because it didn't make any sense, and even then it didn't make any sense. It's to bring out a sequel on it. I can guarantee it's to bring out a sequel, but who the hell would watch the sequel after the complete flop of the first one? I mean, like I said, if it wasn't so bad, the ending, if they'd have kept the ending a bit more interesting. There is an open house. Let's have a look. I'm just scrolling down here. Oh, go away. So, I don't know. I can't read it because I've got a block on. Apparently there is an open house. Oh, that's a series. Oh, who cares? So yeah. Anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed watching and listening to the this film review of the open house. Please subscribe to my channel. I've got plenty of the film reviews. Usually I do pick the ones that are low rated. Sometimes I find some hidden gems, and sometimes I find some ones like this. But you know, it's all different. Give me a thumbs up if you liked this video. Leave a comment in the comment box below. Have you watched this film? Were you confused as well? I don't know. Maybe you weren't, but it just didn't make any sense to me. Okay, well, thank you and goodbye.